Tonight, we've got a great lineup coming your way as we bring in the first baseball highlights of the year, give you an extended look at last week's homecoming game, and bring to you the top plays of the episode. So don't touch that dial because Seahawk Central Sports starts right now. Well, when it rains, it pours. While some of you spend Valentine's Day with your sweetheart and others spend it playing video games and convincing yourself that you aren't lonely, the Lady Seahawks basketball team took to the courts for an evening matchup against the George Mason Patriots. Although this season hasn't gone that well for UNCW, first-year head coach Adele Harris can take some solace in the fact that UNCW has beaten the Patriots for 3 straight games as well as 18 out of the past 20 matchups. With all that being said, let's head over to Trask now, where our newest addition to SCS team, Logan Cobb, is on deck for the game. Take it away, Logan.
Hello, everyone. I'm Logan Cobb reporting to you from Trask Coliseum as your UNCW Seahawks looked in their losing streak against the rival George Mason Patriots. UNCW comes into the game with a 2-19 record overall and a 1-9 record in conference play. But lucky for UNCW, GMU has a record of 2-8 conference play, sitting 1 spot above the Seahawks in the conference standings. Tonight's game is more than just about basketball, as UNCW will once again participate in the Play for K program, in which they will wear pink in an effort to raise awareness for breast cancer research. Let's take it to the court for tonight's action.
To get things started, Tawana Lee taking the ball down the court. Finds Kelva Atkins, who thinks about the shot, pulls it back outside to Lee. Lee dribbles, finds Chelsea McGowan, who puts it in for 2. Tawana Lee creating yet again, dribbling, finding Jessica Freeman, who throws up from downtown. 3 ball. Seahawks showing some good ball movement on the outside here. Brown finding Freeman, who delivers a beautiful pass to Carnisha Garrett, who puts it in off the glass for 2. George Mason coming right back, finding Jana Pickard at the top of the key, who misses the 3 ball, but good hustle, gets her own rebound, and puts it in for 2. The UNCW students want a football team. Well, here you go. The handoff to Kelva Atkins, who drives, finds Carnisha Garrett, who dishes it to Jessica Freeman for 3 of her 14 points for the night. Kelva Atkins yet again driving, finds Tawana Lee, who calls her own number and snipes it from long distance.
Well, with that effort, the Seahawks fall to 2-20 overall and 1-10 in conference play. Despite key efforts from players like Carnisha Garrett with 15 points and 19 rebounds, and Jessica Freeman with 14 points, the Seahawks were unable to hold off the charge of the Patriots in the second half. Well, that's it for today. I'm Logan Cobb reporting for Seahawks Central Sports, Teal TV. Back to you, Trey.
Great work, Logan. At least one Seahawk had a reason to smile through the game, as senior Carnisha Garrett dropped 15 points and a career-high 19 rebounds en route to her 9th double-double of the year. Congratulations, Carnisha. However, the smiles didn't stop there, but more on women's basketball later. Well, the weather's been a little iffy, but springtime is here, and so is Seahawk baseball. Last year, UNCW finished off the season with a 24-6 conference record, a 39-23 overall record, and its 3rd CAA title. But the season opener couldn't have been any tougher, as UNCW hosted Virginia Tech and Kent State, who some of you may remember from their run in last season's College World Series in Omaha. UNCW swept the Kent State Golden Flashes and dropped both games against Virginia Tech. But the Friday the 15th opener against Kent State proved to be the most exciting of the 4. UNCW trailed Kent State 6-4 till the bottom of the 9th, but came back strong thanks to some brilliant pitching by lefty junior Matt Batts, who recorded 7 strikeouts, along with 2 clutch Seahawk runs to send the game into extra innings, but only took 1, as Tyler Molinaro's leadoff homer in the bottom of the 10th lifted UNCW to the 7-6 victory. UNCW would go on to defeat the Golden Flashes 13-8 the following Sunday to improve to 2-2 on the year. The Diamond Hawks would next host the Lehigh Mountain Hawks this past weekend. But we'll touch on that later as we head back to Trask Coliseum for your 2012-2013 homecoming matchup. On Saturday the 16th, UNCW hosted the Northeastern Huskies. Bo Worley was at Trask for the big game, so let's head courtside and see how the match went. Bo?
Welcome back, everybody.
I'm Bo Worley at your 2012-2013 homecoming game, where Wilmington welcomes the Northeastern Huskies into Trask. Coach Peterson looks to senior scoring and rebounding leader Keith Rindelman to push the Seahawks past the Huskies tonight. The Seahawk defense will have a tough task in stopping the Husky offense, which averages a league best 70 points per game, in large part due to the 17 points per game for Joel Smith. Chris Dixon and Craig Ponder will be huge in shutting down Smith. So UNCW will come out with a victory on homecoming night. Now let's go to the highlights. Early in the first half, Chris Dixon with the nice crossover and the foul to get the Hawks going. Then later, Freddie Jackson finds a wide open Craig Ponder with the cross-court pass who nails the jumper from beyond the arc. But the Huskies answer with a three of their own after Quincy Ford sinks it from downtown. Here, the Northeastern in the transition hoists up a quick three, and after the rebound, Chris Dixon pushes the pace and finds Keith Rindelman down low for the easy one-handed jam. The Seahawks come up with the loose ball to start the fast break and again beats the big man for the two-handed dunk. Next up, Wilmington in the half-court offense, and after the scramble, Tanner Milson's skip pass to Chris Dixon leads to the three-point jumper after Dixon has his men flying through the air. Now off the inbound pass, Chris Dixon sets up the offense, and after a couple of good picks from Rindelman, Dylan Sherwood pops one from deep over the outstretched hand of the defender. As homecoming festivities get underway at halftime, the Seahawks go into the locker room up 31-28. After a fast start from the Seahawks, the Huskies battled back during a 5-minute scoring drought. But after a big three from junior Chris Dixon, it was a back-and-forth affair going into the locker room. Let's see how the Seahawks did in the second half. Here, the Seahawks almost come up with the turnover, but the Huskies recovered, and David Walker fakes the shot and unselfishly finds teammate Jonathan Lee for the J. But the Dub gets a second chance at the ball and takes it this time for the easy fast break layup by Freddie Jackson. Here, we see the Huskies slowing down the tempo and setting up the half-court offense. David Walker finds a seemingly wide-open Reggie Spencer. Keith Rindelman, though, says, "Not in my house," and drops the hammer on Spencer. And after the turnover from the inbound pass, the Huskies were not able to convert on the layup or the ensuing putback when Tanner Milson's full-court pass leads to the and one by Keith Rindelman to seal the deal, and the crowd goes bonkers. Wow, what an unbelievable game here in Trask Coliseum. After a neck-and-neck battle most of the second half, clutch threes from Chris Dixon and Tanner Milson helped lead their team to the 73-67 victory over the #1 team in the CAA. Keith Rindelman led all scorers with 23 points and 11 rebounds to give him his 16th double-double of the season. You can catch the Seahawks back in action on February 23rd against the Delaware Blue Hens. I'm Bo Worley, signing off, Seahawks Central Sports, Till TV.
Fantastic work, Bo. I had the opportunity to sit sideline for the game and record player stats, and my God, people, the energy in that place was electrifying. Every bucket, be it a dunk, a layup, or a three-pointer, sent Trask Coliseum into a frenzy. So it was good to see so many fellow Seahawks cheering our boys on to victory. But the energy didn't stop there, because after over a month of basketball, UNCW has finally gotten another win. And what a win it was. On Sunday the 17th, UNCW played host to the Georgia State Lady Panthers for their final matchup as a CAA foe. Carnisha Garrett along with junior Jessica Freeman combined for 49 points on the night as both sides battled to a 73-73 tie at the end of regulation. But with 49 seconds left in overtime and a 4-point lead, Georgia State looked to take the prize. That's when Garrett, Freeman, and fellow senior Tawana Lee took over. Garrett and Freeman added clutch buckets to match 2 Georgia State free throws, and with 5 seconds left on the clock, Lee picked off a Georgia State inbound pass and drained a short jumper to give UNCW the 84-83 victory. Continuing on with basketball on the men's side, on February 23rd, UNCW hosted conference opponent Delaware. So let's head back over to Trask now where Tucker Marsden has a story. Take it away, Tucker.
Hey Seahawk fans, I'm here at Trask Coliseum where the men's basketball team is about to go head-to-head with the Delaware Blue Hens. The last time these two teams met in Newark, The Seahawks brought home a loss, so I'm sure tonight they're looking for some vengeance. The guys played great against Northeastern for homecoming, but hit a speed bump Wednesday, losing to the Monarchs of Old Dominion. Let's see if the team can get back on their feet and get the win for this season's second to last home game.
All right, starting it off for tonight, Craig Ponder brings it down, slings it to Tanner Milson, who puts it up for the big three-pointer. Next up, we got some good ball movement from the Blue Hens offensive. We put it down, we get a drive, and it's out to Devin Sadler, and he delivers from outside the arc. Nice one. Moments later, Jarvis Threat picks up the ball, brings it in, and passes it to Kyle Anderson for another three-point shot. Doom. Seahawks retaliate as Dixon brings it down, plays with it a little, and throws it to Dylan Sherwood, who nails for the trifecta. Next, here we have Devin Sadler going in for the attempt. He gets shut down by the Seahawk defensive led by Cedric Williams. Quick handoff to Ponder for the fast break as he slings it down to Dixon, who delivers from deep in the corner. Nice shot, Chris. And up next, we see Dixon returning the favor, setting up Ponder as he drills one from downtown. Next, we have Kyle Anderson with the missed three. Gets picked up by Chris Dixon, who pushes the offensive down the court. He spots driving Freddie Jackson, who puts it up beautifully with the finger roll. And here we go. Seahawks down by 1, 7 seconds to go. Chris Dixon brings up into shooting range, and so close, just can't finish. And the final buzzer rings.
All right, guys, all in all, it was a really great match. UNCW came out much more aggressively after the halftime. They were picking up the rebounds and making all the big shots. Unfortunately, we started the second half at a disadvantage, and because of that, we ended up losing by just 1 point. The final score came out 79-78, dropping our record to 10-18 overall and 5-11 in the conference play. If you missed out on the game today, there's still one more chance to catch one. UNCW's home finale is on the 27th against William & Mary. This has been Tucker Marsden with Seahawk Central Sports, Teal TV. Back to you.
Well, it's like Keith Rillman and boys definitely won the second half of play, but it just wasn't enough. So next up to the plate was UNCW's baseball team against Lehigh. The Seahawks were not bothered by some weather issues early in the weekend as they blanked the Mountain Hawks 15-0 on Friday, February the 22nd. UNCW blasted a season-high 16 hits along with another season-high 15 runs. The Battle of the Hawks will continue on through Sunday as the two teams split the day, with Lehigh taking the morning matchup by a 4-1 margin and UNCW coming back strong to top the Mountain Hawks 6-1. However, the action didn't stop at the plate because while baseball was in full swing, so was women's basketball. A week removed from their male counterparts, UNCW's women's squad played host to the conference foe Northeastern. Seahawk Central Sports was on hand for the showdown, so let's head over to Trask now where Luke Gainey has the story. Take it away, Luke.
Thanks, Trey. As you can tell, it's a great day for sports today, as the 3-21 Seahawks will be hosting the 14-10 Huskies from Northeastern University. UNCW looks to return to the winning column after a tough loss to the Drexel Dragons this past week. Let's see if this revitalized weather can revitalize the women's team.
Starting the day off, number 3 Kelva Atkins pushes down court, thinks for a second, and then hands the ball off to Carnisha Garrett, who makes an easy 2. Chelsea McGowan here giving it away to Dana Brown, who passes to another Seahawk player, finally winding up in Garrett's hands for another 2. Returning to Kelva Atkins as she hands the ball off to Dana for a decisive 3-pointer. The Seahawks are on the offense again as Kelva Atkins nabs a loose ball, bringing it inside the arc, missing a 2-pointer, but is just able to retrieve it and get it outside the pressure zone to Jessica Freeman for the 3. Attempting to catch back up late in the first half, the Seahawks get tenacious, assailing down court for an attempted 3 but wind up just short of the buzzer. Early in the second half, the Huskies push harder to keep their lead as Northeastern center Jewel Tunstill goes in for the 2 and causes a foul for UNCW. The Huskies respond to this opportunity with precision and determination as the ball is handed off to number 25, Kashia Cannon, who bypasses the Seahawk defense for another 2. Late in the game, UNCW resorts to some crafty plays, tricking the Northeastern defense, but winds up just short of time to make the comeback.
At the end of the day, UNCW falls to the Northeastern Huskies 57-46. This 11-point deficit was largely in part to UNCW's dismal field goal rate of 36% and an even less attractive outside the line rate of 25%. Ball control was also another detrimental factor in this case. You can catch the Seahawks in their final home game on March 6th against the Towson Tigers. Until next time, this is Luke Gainey reporting for Seahawk Central Sports, Teal TV. Back to you, Trey.
Although homecoming versus the Huskies was a success, the Lady Seahawks did not have a matching performance. Seniors Chelsea McGowan, Carnisha Garrett, and Twana Lee were honored for their service to UNCW before the game. But unfortunately, hot shooting off the Husky bench plus poor shooting from the Seahawks side kept the senior trio from bringing home another win. But just because we're ending tonight's episode with a loss doesn't mean that there weren't tons of exciting plays for this week's edition of the Seahawks 7. So let's head over to the highlight reel and check in with Perry DeLuke for this episode's top plays. Take it away, Perry.
Welcome back, Seahawks, to another edition of the Seahawks 7. We've got a lot of great plays in store for this week's segment, including the UNCW baseball team as they kicked off their season this past week. So now let's take a look at some of those highlights. Starting things off here, UNCW girls basketball showing off their pink jerseys against George Mason. Carnisha Garrett with a dish out to Jessica Freeman. Freeman pulls a three, and that's good.
3-pointer number 24.
Next play, number 6, Ponder. Dished out to Rendelman. Rendelman pulls a three, and he is also good. Play number 5, Chris Dixon up top. Quick pass to Rendelman. Back to Dixon. Dixon finds Sherwood. He's down low. He goes up. No good, but Rendelman comes back with a one-handed slam. Next play, UNCW against Kent State. Ryan LaGrange up to bat. Kent State pitcher throws a wild pitch into the backstop, allowing UNCW's own Michael Bass in for the home plate steal. Number 21, Christian Wolf for UNCW, squaring up for the bunt. Lays it down the first baseline, stays fair. Wild throw from Kent State again, and Wolf is safe at first. Play number 2, Freddie Jackson with a steal heading down court. Finds Ponder, and an alley-oop to Keith Rendelman. Play number 1, folks. Again against Kent State. Luke Dunlop is up to bat, and Luke bombs it deep left center field. It could go, folks, and it does. And that is a 2-run home run shot for Luke Dunlop, his first of the season, and UNCW will go on to win that game. Well, that'll just about do it, folks, for this week's segment of the Seahawks 7. I'm Perry DeLuke for Seahawks Central Sports Teal TV, wishing everybody on the UNCW campus a happy and safe spring break. Now back to you in the studio, Trey.
Thanks, Perry. With baseball back in action, we're definitely on track for some exciting top plays. But that's all the time we have for tonight. I hope you all have a great spring break, and also, with spring intramural sports on the rise, I know a lot of our recreational athletes will be out there showcasing their skills. So with that in mind, if you or any of your friends have a personal video camera and capture an amazing play, be it flag football, basketball, or any other spring sport, upload the clip to our Teal TV Facebook page, and if it's good enough, it'll be that episode's viewer video of the week, and the athlete making the play will get to come in studio for an on-camera interview. So keep those camera phones rolling, and remember, folks, whether it's on the field, by the courts, or at the track, I'm Trey Owings, and I'll see you at the game. Good night, everybody, and have a great spring break.